Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, the Motivational Professional Development Guy. Today, we're going to discuss results of giving great customer service. Results of giving great customer service. But before we get started, I always have to ask you, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this podcast. Whether it is Red Circle, Radio Public, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, SoundCloud, and you can now check the video out on YouTube as well. If you hear something that you like, please hit that like button, all right? Hit that like button as well. That helps keep spreading the video out to the masses, all right? So please do that as well. If you have any comments, you want to give a shout out, or if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss, please put it in the comment section as well. And please, like always, share this podcast to as many people as possible. Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and get into it with no further ado. Again, today's topic is results of giving great customer service. But I have to start out with the question. Now, please put that answer inside of the comment section. Put it inside the comment section. And the question of today is, what does giving great customer service mean to you? What does giving great customer service mean to you? Now, folks, I have to start off by saying, hey, great customer service is decided by the customer. That's right. The customer decides who gives great customer service and who does not. The customer decides if they have been given great customer service or they have not been given great customer service. Now, before anyone, I know what you all are already thinking, right? Does that mean that the customer is always right? No. It does not mean that the customer is always right, because the customer is not always right. I'm going to give you an example. If a customer wants you to do something that's outside of your policy, does that mean the customer is right? No, the customer is not right. However, as business owners, as employees, we try to figure out a way to satisfy the customer, though. That doesn't mean that they're right. That means that we want to get it right, whether it's through giving an explanation of what the actual policy is. See, sometimes people just need more information so they can make a well-informed decision, right? So sometimes we have to go the extra mile to say, hey, I understand your frustration. However, our policy states this. And don't beat them down with just saying policy too. I just want to throw that out there as well. Don't keep saying our policy. It's okay to mention it, right? It's okay to mention that it actually is your policy, because hey, the customer doesn't know your policy. It's up to you, the professional, to tell them what your policy is. So explain to them your policy or whatever the procedure that could be, right? All those different type of things right there plays a huge part in whether or not a customer receives great customer service in their eye. Now, I always say, most people, they say, hey, when you walk into a business and they think because no one greeted anyone that, where's the customer service? Well, I have to inform you all, that is not customer service. That's courtesy, but it's not customer service because you haven't been serviced yet. Now, what I can say is this. If someone is not willing to at least greet you when you come into their business, then you're probably not going to get any great customer service. It's not customer service, but if they're not willing to do that small thing, you're probably not going to get any great customer service. On the other side, if someone does greet you, or if more than one person greet you, absolutely, you still haven't got service yet, but you kind of feel like, hey, these people, they acknowledged me, number one, and I'm probably going to get some good customer service for them because they're willing to at least acknowledge me, right? And they're ready to assist me as opposed to not acknowledging me at all, right? You get what I'm going with that? So it doesn't mean you're going to get great customer service because you haven't been serviced yet, right? Because here's the thing. You haven't been serviced until actually the transaction. I'm going to say that one more time. You have not been serviced until after the transaction. Because before then, you just been provided your product or your service that you went there for. That's not customer service. You were given the product that you paid for or service that you paid for. Because think about this. If something goes wrong with that, or you have any type of issue with that product or that service, and you try to return it, something simple as that, or you need more information on it, right? You're not happy with it for whatever reason it is, that's when you can realize what type of customer service that you're going to get. Because and now you're going to say, is this a company I did business with that's willing to make it right? Is this a company that I did business with that's willing to explain to me how this product or service actually works? Because I really don't know. I like it. It's a hot item. Everyone else has it. But I really didn't know what I was buying. I just got it because, hey, I was just trying to keep up with the time. Can they assist me that way? That's when you feel like you're getting great customer service. When the actual salesperson or a sales associate, whoever works at that particular business, is knowledgeable enough and willing, right? Big word, willing to share information with you so you can feel like you made a well-informed decision and you can go along with that product or service, whichever one that is. Whichever one that is. So no, the customer's not always right. But however, again, I'm just going to say this again, the customer's not always right. But as a sales professional or as a professional customer service person, period, or someone that's in the customer service industry, you do everything you can to make sure that that customer is happy. One of the best ways to do that, though, you all, is this: active listening. Actually, actively listening. Here's the thing. First of all, you have to have the correct or effective qualifying questions. Finding out, hey, what brings you in the market? Those type of things. What brings you in the market? Have you ever had this product before? How much do you know about this product? Have you ever had anything similar to this? What will you be using it for? All those different type of things. What is your price range? All right, who's going to be using the most? Is it going to be strictly for you? Is it going to be for a family member, a loved one? You know, those type of things like that. Those are great qualifying questions, right? And as the customer is giving you information, right? So you don't keep asking all those questions back, right? You might not even need to ask all of those questions. Sometimes you ask one or two questions, but get the point is that I want you to be able to have some questions in your head that you need to get enough information so you can make a well-informed decision on what product or service to actually offer the customer, right? So once you are actively listening, because the customer is going to tell you everything that you need to know to satisfy them. I'm going to say that one more time. If you do this correctly and ask that correct and effective qualifying questions, that customer will let you know everything you need to know to satisfy them. Everything. But you have to listen. You have to make sure that you listen. You have to have compassion as well. Compassion is a big thing in servicing people, right? Understanding why they're in the market, understanding what they're coming from, right? And that kind of goes with active listening, because active listening means you listen to them, whether they had an issue with something or whatever that is. Having that compassion is going to help you kind of stay humble and understand where they're coming from, whether it's not understanding the product or not wanting to pay as much as the product or service may cost because they might not know, right? They say, I want it, but I don't know how much it costs. So having that type of passion as opposed to saying, well, why'd you come in here and try to get it? Or having a mindset, whether you say it or not, at least thinking it, right? Because sometimes when you think stuff, you're still kind of acting it out without even noticing that you're doing that. So just kind of saying, having that compassion and saying, okay, this person really doesn't know like that. So guess what? Again, it's on you. It's always on us, the people who's providing great customer service, to ensure that we're providing great customer service. It's always on us to ensure that we give the customer all the information that they need to make a well-informed decision. It's always on us, right? And you want to make sure that the decision is realistic, right? Because sometimes, yes, customers come with something, they come with something that's not realistic. It's not. It's not a realistic ask that they ask for, right? They might ask you for something that, say for instance, if it's a product costs $200, they're coming in thinking it's 50, it's 75, it's $100, right? And you're $200 on the low end, you're $200 on the basic service or product, right? You're there. They just need to be educated. And again, it relies on us, the people who's providing the great customer service, to actually inform them. Hey, inform them of what the actual prices go, right? Say, hey, we have a product, we start at 200, but that don't give you, based off what you told me. Remember the active listening I mentioned to you earlier, right? Based off what you told me earlier and what you're going to use it for and what you need, right? This particular product is actually going to be around $350 if you get the things that you want. Right? But they telling you what they want to hear, right? So if you say, hey, you this right here, it doesn't have any extras, no more than what you said you asked for. It was things that you said you wanted, things you said you needed. You ran your family, right? So that shows them, number one, that you were actually listening to them and paying attention. That shows them, one, you do have some type of compassion. You were listening to them and you're trying to assist them the best way possible. Right? The best way possible. Now, that particular customer sometimes say, hey, you know what? I wasn't thinking it cost that much, but I need it. It's going to be a benefit to me. It's going to be a benefit to my family. I paid $350. That's how that works, right? You have now provided some great customer service. And that's just one example. You've now provided some great customer service now because you've given the customer what they want and they need. Customer expectations. Customers have expectations before they leave their house. Customers have expectations before they get out of their car. Customers have expectations before they walk in your business. They already have expectations. Customers have expectations before you even greet them. Whether you greet them or not, they have expectations. It's up to us to fulfill them. And again, you have to be willing to do that. And when it's all said and done, and you have a satisfied customer because you have provided great customer service, they feel good. They feel good. And it's something that I always say. I've never seen anyone feel bad about making someone else feel good. I'm going to say that one more time. I've never seen anyone feel bad about making someone else feel good. That's how that works. You ever thought about that? Think about the times that you put a smile on someone's face. Think about the time you made someone feel good. You felt good. And it wasn't even for you. It's just human nature. It's just human nature. And you can come home. When you get home, you're like, somebody asks you, how was your day? You had a great day. And if you really think about the times that you said you had a great day, I'm willing to bet majority of the times because you did something great for someone. You put a smile on someone's face. You made someone happy that day. You made someone happy that day. That makes you feel good. That's how that works. It pops off those endorphins. I call them the happy hormones. It makes you feel good when you make someone else feel good. Folks, this has been the Motivational Professional Development Guy. I want to thank you for joining us each and every week. Please, once again, folks, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to this channel, this podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud. You can get us on the audio on SoundCloud, Spotify, Radio Public, Red Circle, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcast. All right, pick one. Whichever one is your app that you like to listen to, or you want to watch us on YouTube, please feel free to do that as well. Hey, also, you're looking at your company's next speaker right here. Your company's next speaker. If your company needs someone to come in, hey, and be a keynote speaker, do a presentation and thing, reach out to your boy on for that as well. All right. Don't forget, you all, please share this podcast with as many people as possible. Share it to as many people as possible. Trying to spread this thing out to the masses. If you heard anything you like today, hit that like button. Don't forget to answer that question of today. What does giving great customer service mean to you? Put it in the chat. I want to see what it means to you. All right? Share this podcast as many people as possible. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Once again, folks, this has been the Motivational Professional Development Guy. Thank you for joining us each and every week. Be safe. Talk to you next week.